Does your child write outside the lines? Is their backpack always a mess? Do they struggle to catch a ball or seem unsure where to place their body? These aren't signs of carelessness. They're signs of underdeveloped spatial cognition. And the root cause often lies in the vestibular sense. Spatial cognition is the brain's ability to understand where you are in space and how objects relate to each other. When this ability is weak, children struggle with writing neatly, copying shapes, organizing belongings, understanding left from right, and participating in sports. These aren't intellectual problems, they're sensory problems. The vestibular sense comes from structures in the inner ear, called semicircular canals and otolith organs. These detect rotation, tilt, acceleration, and gravity. This sense works with vision and proprioception to create a mental map of where you are in space. When the vestibular sense doesn't develop properly, the brain can't accurately answer, where am I, or which direction. Am I facing? Children might bump into things, write with poor spacing, struggle with puzzles, or have difficulty catching balls. Their brain simply hasn't built a clear spatial map yet. Spatial cognition isn't primarily about what happens in your head. It's about what happens in your body. The brain builds its spatial map through movement experiences. This is why swinging is so powerful. Swinging stimulates both the semicircular canals through rotation and the otolith organs through linear acceleration, providing rich vestibular input in a fun, natural way. Research in sensory integration therapy shows that swinging, spinning, and turning upside down activate brain regions for spatial processing, especially the right parietal lobe. Studies found that children receiving regular vestibular stimulation show improvement in shape, copying, understanding directions, and reducing mirror writing. The vestibular system connects to multiple brain regions. The cerebellum for movement coordination, the hippocampus for spatial memory, the parietal lobe for spatial understanding, and the prefrontal cortex for attention. When you swing, you're building neural networks throughout your entire brain. Consider what happens when a child swings. The vestibular system detects motion. Muscles and joints maintain balance, providing proprioceptive input. Eyes track the moving visual field. All three sensory systems work together in coordination. This integrated experience is exactly what the brain needs to build spatial understanding. Modern children often lack sufficient vestibular stimulation. Outdoor play has decreased. Screen time has increased. The result is underdeveloped vestibular systems, manifesting as difficulty with handwriting, organization, spatial tasks, and coordination. You don't need special equipment. Simple activities work beautifully. Rocking a child on your lap provides gentle movement. Rolling them in a towel creates vestibular input. Forward rolls stimulate rotational sense. Hanging upside down changes gravity orientation. A balance ball activates the vestibular system. Even dangling legs while sitting provides subtle stimulation. Make it fun and follow the child's lead. Some children love intense swinging. Others are vestibular sensitive and need gentler input. Watch their reactions. If they're laughing and asking for more, continue. If they seem scared or nauseous, slow down. Provide input within their comfort zone, gradually expanding it over time. When vestibular stimulation pairs with positive emotions like joy, the brain learns better. Dopamine gets released, strengthening neural connections. This is why play-based approaches work. The child isn't enduring therapy. They're having fun, and their brain develops naturally. One child with messy handwriting started daily towel swinging for 5 minutes. Within weeks, their spacing and neatness improved. Another child who couldn't catch balls began weekly sensory therapy with swinging and spinning. They reported space started to make sense and gained confidence in physical education. These changes happen because movement rewires the brain. Appropriate sensory experiences don't teach skills directly. They build the neural foundation that makes those skills possible. They create the internal spatial map children need to navigate successfully. Understanding this changes how we see difficulties. When a child can't organize their desk, it's not laziness. When they write outside lines, it's not carelessness. When they struggle with sports, it's not lack of talent. Their sensory systems are still developing. These abilities can develop with the right support. The brain is remarkably plastic, especially in childhood. Consistent sensory input through movement gradually strengthens neural pathways for spatial processing. Simple play is sophisticated neurological training. If your child struggles with spatial tasks, remember their difficulty isn't permanent, it's developmental. Their sensory systems are still maturing. With patience, appropriate movement experiences, and trust in their growth, spatial cognition will improve. Sometimes all it takes is a swing, a spin, or a gentle rock to begin building the brain they need. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. Thank you for watching.